Nithyananda, welcome to all the viewers and each and everyone who is joining us live for today's Nithyananda Yoga. Let's all get settled down. We're now going to be beginning with the Satguru Vandanam, where we invoke the presence of the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, Bhagavan Sri Nithyananda Paramashivam, as we begin today's Nithyananda Yoga session. So let's come to a deep space of restful awareness. You can be seated cross-legged on the floor with your hands in front of your heart center in the Namaskara Mudra.
Nityanandam Paramasukadam Kevalam Jnanamurtim Dvandvatitam Gagana Sadrisham Tattvamasyadilaksham Ekam Nityam Vimalamachalam Sarvadi Sakshi Bhutam Bhavatitam Trigunarahitam Sadgurum Tam Namami.
We're now going to be doing the chanting of the Shiva Moola Mantra Japa, where we connect to the cosmic source of energy, Paramashiva, directly. So now we request all of you to chant the Shiva Moola Mantra Japa, Om Ham Hom Shivaya Namaha, 11 times internally within your inner space without creating a sound. We shall chant it out loud such that you can easily follow along. Om Ham Hom Shivaya Namaha. 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 And now from here we're going to be doing the Tattva Achamanam, which is the ritualistic cleansing of the body and mind to become a pure vessel for Paramashiva's energy. Beautifully, as in Hinduism, the original science from where yoga came, yoga is not just a physical movement for some health or mental stability, peace. No, yoga is a ritual to connect to the cosmic source of your divine energy. It's a ritual to manifest that ultimate through you. So therefore, we prepare ourselves in every possible way to receive that energy that flows through us during the yoga. So for this, you will need your Panchapatram and Uddharini, the traditional cup and spoon filled with fresh water. Bring your right hand into the Gokarna Mudra, bending your index finger, slightly cupping your palm. Take one Uddharini of water, put it in the center of your palm and sip the water through the base of your palm 3 times along with the mantra Swadha. Om Atmatattvam Shodhayami Swadha. Om Vidyatattvam Shodhayami Swadha. Om Shiva Tattvam Shodhayami Swadha. With the base of your thumb, wipe your upper and lower lip twice from right to left. Om Ham Hridayaya Namaha. Wash your hands. With the tips of the right hand, index, middle and ring finger joined together, touch above your upper lip, below the lower lip. Wash your hands. With the tips of the right hand, thumb and index finger, touch your right nostril, left nostril. With the tips of the right hand, thumb and ring finger joined together, touch your right eye, right ear and left ear. Wash your hands. With the base of the right hand, thumb and little finger joined together, touching your navel center, right chest and left chest. With all the fingers of your right hand joined together now, touch the top of your head, your right shoulder, left shoulder and your heart center. And from here, we're going to enter into our Sankalpa, where we create the conscious intention to manifest Paramashiva directly through us, through the Nithyananda Yoga. Close your eyes, come to a deep space of powerful intention where you are going to manifest health, strong limbs, a yogic body, manifesting the powers of Paramashiva, your ultimate best, through this Nithyananda Yoga today. Create that as your conscious intention, placing your right hand over your left, placing it on top of your right thigh. Close your eyes as we chant the Sankalpa mantra. Om Mamopata
Samasta Duritakshay Dwara Bhagavat Shri Nithyananda Paramashiva Prityartham Shri Nithyanandeshwari Paramashiva Shakti Sameta Shri Nithyanandeshwara Paramashiva Prityartham Cha Adya Purvokta Evam Guna Visheshena Vishishtayam Asyam Shubhatitau Purana Arogya Yukta Dridhagatra Yogika Sharira Siddhyartham Paramashiva Shakti Avishkaranartham Nithyananda Yoga Abhyasam Karishye. Take an udharani of water and wash off your hand. Om Apaupasprushya. You can place your Panchapatram and Udharani far away from you so as to not disturb during today's Nithyananda Yoga sequence. Before we begin, a quick reminder that all teachings and practices today are for general wellness and educational purposes only. They are not to be taken for or used as a replacement for medical advice. If you have any pre-existing medical health conditions or you are pregnant, please consult with your healthcare professional before participating in today's session. A sincere request to all viewers and participants to please be in listening with your body. Do not exceed your body's limits and capacities to avoid injury. And if at any point during the session you feel tired, weak, dizzy or ill, immediately stop and rest. So now we're going to be entering into our sequence. Today we're doing the Tritiya Vinyasa Krama Part 2 sequence, starting asana 501 to 600. Let's all come to a standing position for our first asana as we enter into Gadhvasana. So you can stand upright with your feet shoulder width apart, bending your knees slightly. You're going to place both your hands on your knees, pressing the thighs and calves firmly into the ground. Hold here, doing the Leliha Mudra. Extend and gently move the tongue downward while the fists rest on the knees. You're going to do the Jiva Chalakumbhaka, where you inhale and then with the power of your mind as you hold your breath, move that prana, that life energy, throughout all the limbs of your body in upward and downward directions. Then hold as long as comfortable here before exhaling. Doing the Uddiyana Bandha, draw the abdomen inward and up towards the spine, gazing towards your nose. Now the Mula Bandha here as well, where you're going to be contracting the muscles of the pelvic floor, and the Japa, Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham, rotating clockwise at the throat center, will be a constant throughout the entire 100 asanas. Visualize yourself as a humble, steadfast donkey known for its sure-footedness and gentle endurance, carrying burdens with quiet patience and unwavering strength in Gadhvasana. Jangho rubhyam dharam pidya sitakayo vijanuna janu parikaram yugmam gadvasana muchyate.
And from here we're going to be moving into Dhanurasana Trini. So you can come to a seated position now. Yesterday we did part of this sequence, we did it on the right side. Today we'll be continuing off on the left side. Today actually we're going to have many advanced asanas coming up. So for all those of you who joined yesterday, well, you're well prepared with your body to participate in today's session. So now let's come into Dhanurasana Trini. If not, don't worry, we will be guiding you through gentle stretches as we do the session so that you can open out your entire body to participate completely and fully in the asanas. Extend your legs forward and you can reach each hand towards the opposite toe. So last time we did with our right foot on top, left hand below. This time you can do your right hand on top and left hand below as you pull your upper leg towards your ear and the other leg remains extended forward. As you do the Prana Mudra, using your index and middle fingers to hold on to your big toes. Doing the Pratyahara Kumbhaka, inhale, withdrawing the senses. And hold, moving the prana through the 9 points of the body, which is the soles of the feet, the perineum, the navel, the heart, the chest, the throat, the base of the throat, between the eyebrows and forehead. Doing the Mula Bandha,
Visualize yourself as a bow, coiled with tension yet perfectly aligned, strength, resilience and precision radiating through your body in Dhanurasana Trini.
पादाङ्गुष्ठौ तु पाणिभ्यां गृहीत्वा श्रवणावधि धनुराकर्षणं कृत्वा धनुरासनमुच्यते.
From here, entering into our next asana, which is Virasana Chatvari. So now you're going to be seated as you keep your leg extended forward. You can continue to keep your left leg extended forward, bringing your right leg on top of the thigh, on top of the left thigh. You can rest it there. Place your hands gently over your lap for support, keeping your chest lifted, spine long. Do the Shambhavi Mudra, keeping the eyes open and steady gazing outward while awareness rests deeply within. Do the Pratyahara Kumbhaka. Inhale deeply, holding the breath while withdrawing the senses. Firmly contract the muscles of your pelvic floor in the Mula Bandha. Gaze towards your nose, visualizing yourself in heroic steadiness, sitting with dignity and calm focus in Virasana Chatvari.
द्विगुणं पतितं पादं वामं दक्षिणतो उत्थितं कृत्वा अन्योन्यतलस्थं तु वीरपट्टमथ उच्यते.
And from here moving into Ekapadasana Dve. So now we're entering into our sequence of advanced asanas. We actually started this off yesterday, where you're going to now bring one leg behind your neck. So if you want, you can do any leg which is most comfortable for you. Some people find it easier on the left, others on the right. So first what you can do is you can open out your hip as wide as possible towards the side, and you can rock your leg open to open out the hip completely. And once you have gotten a deep stretch into your thighs here, you're going to be pulling your leg up and trying to bring it over your head and neck as much as you can. So initially you will be able to bring it maybe towards your chest, towards your forehead or towards your ear. Hold it there with intensity, focus, keep your awareness. See, many times you will feel maybe a stretch in your outer thigh or your inner thigh area. Keep your awareness on that point of the body and visualize the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, Bhagavan Shri Nithyananda Paramashivam. Swamiji is initiating you in that exact point with the mantra Tattvamasi, Tattvamasi, Tattvamasi. And you will see how the whole pain will immediately relax down. And then you'll be able to go deeper. The key to these asanas is persistence. So hold it where you're able to. With each and every try to go deeper. Since we'll be having long sequence of asanas with one leg behind the neck, two legs behind the neck, keep trying to push yourself deeper and deeper into the asana. Okay? So now for this asana, once you bring your leg as high as you can bring your hands into the Namaskara Mudra where you join your palms together.
एकपादमथो कण्ठे उत्थाप्य एकं च दण्डवत् करौ सम्पुटितौ कृत्वा एकपादं तदुच्यते.
Continue to do the Pratyahara Kumbhaka, visualizing yourself balanced on one foot, rooted yet poised for movement, and gaze towards your third eye. So here now the next asana is a very slight difference. You're just bending your extended foot in towards your perineum as we move into Dakshina Pada Shirshasana. So now you can bend your foot in. Again, try to bring that leg behind your head as much as comfortable. Hands in the Namaskara Mudra. Do the Pratyahara Kumbhaka. Gaze to your third eye, visualizing yourself on one foot, head grounded, body aligned and alert. Focus, courage and inner strength radiating in this asana.
બેસીને બંને પગ માથા ઉપર લાવી ડાકના પાછળિયા ભાગ પર ચઢાવવા ને હાથ જોડીને સ્થિતિ કરવી તે દ્વિપાદ શીર્ષાસન કહેવાય છે.
The next asana now is Ekapada Mayurasana. So from here slowly you can raise up onto your knee. Now initial level, if you're not able to fully bring your leg over your head, bring your leg around your elbow. First place the foot flat onto the ground. Okay. So you're going to place the foot flat onto the ground beside your arms. You're going to be bending your elbows to balance. One elbow on the thigh, the other elbow into your navel. And extend the other leg back and try to lift it off the ground. So in the initial level, you will be having one leg grounded while you try to lift the other leg off the ground. So this is the first level of doing this asana. Now the second one, what you're going to try and do is, try to bring the knee slightly higher onto your shoulder such that you lift both your legs off the ground. And from there, you move deeper and deeper into bringing this foot over the head completely and balancing here, okay? So let's all follow along. You can first start off with the initial level of the asana where you just balance with one foot on the ground, the other leg lifted up. If you feel you need a little more support, no issues, take the support of a partner to try to hold your leg up or use a wall to support your leg as well in this asana. So coming here now, you're going to be visualizing yourself as a peacock, balanced on one foot, poised and radiant. You're going to do the Shambhavi Mudra, Pratyahara Kumbhaka and Mula Bandha in Ekapada Mayurasana.
हरति सकलो रोगान् आशु गुल्मोदरादीन् अभिभवति च दोषान् आसनं श्रीमयूरम्.
And slowly relax now. You can lay onto your back. Now in this next asana where we're going to be doing the Supta Trivikramasana. So lay onto your back, bringing one foot behind your head. And again here pushing the foot as back down your shoulder as possible. Sometimes we might find it easier to do while lying down than even with sitting up. So try to pull your leg as behind as possible. Now one thing you may initially notice is how this leg will tend to raise up. So this leg might come high. That's okay. You can slowly, with your conscious effort, you can try to straighten it out downwards. Okay? Pulling this foot as high as possible towards your body. Try to get a deep stretch here and hold as you visualize yourself as Trivikrama, the form of Mahavishnu. Doing the Shambhavi Mudra, Pratyahara Kumbhaka, use both hands to hold your leg above your head, visualizing yourself as the cosmic Trivikrama with angle rooted in earth, another reaching to the heavens, and the third piercing your very soul.
उत्थानकूर्मपीठं च सिंहं गारुडमेव च वातायनं गोमुखं च भारद्वाजं त्रिविक्रमम्.
So now from here we're entering into Vyagrasana, similar to the previous asana. So you can remain laying down on your back as you pull one foot up towards your head. This time you're going to try and relax your hands towards the ground as much as you can. So if you're able to, you can keep the foot there. If not, you can hold it, continue to hold your feet with your hands so that you can gain the balance. Continuing to do the Shambhavi Mudra, Pratyahara Kumbhaka and Mula Bandha, visualize yourself as a tiger, coiled and ready to spring. Strength, focus and stealth coursing through your body in Vyagrasana, gazing towards your nose.
व्याघ्रासनमथो वक्षे क्रोधकाल विनाशनम् एकपादं शीर्षमध्ये मेरुदण्डोपरि स्थितम्.
And from here we're moving on to our next asana, which is the Paryankasana Dve. So now you can lay onto your back and bring both your knees towards your chest and just hold clasping your arms around your knees in a comfortable laying down position. You can get a deep relaxation here. Now I know we did a few intense asanas. Don't worry, there are more to come, but for the initial level, you can hold here and relax for a while. Doing the Shambhavi Mudra, keeping your gaze open. Doing the Shambhavi Mudra with the eyes open, awareness resting deep within. Pratyahara Kumbhaka and Mula Bandha. Visualize yourself as a couch, steady and supportive, carrying the weight of the world with ease. Gaze towards your nose. Continue to do the japa Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham within your inner space. In Paryankasana Dve.
जानुप्रसारितबाहवो शयनं पर्यङ्कासनं क्रौञ्चोष्ट्रगजाविद् उपवेशनं क्रौञ्चाद्यासनम्.
From here, now come up to a seated position as we move into our next asana, which is the Vasishthasana Dve. So in this asana, you're going to be bringing your hands underneath your feet to try and raise your legs up as high as you can over your head. You're basically trying to place the soles of your feet on the top of your head. Here, as you can see, you're trying to bring the soles of your feet to rest on the top of your head as much as you can. One key here is your fingers are going to be on top of your feet in the Namaskara Mudra. So even if you're not able to bring it completely up, that's fine. But bring your hands up to hold on to your feet in the Namaskara Mudra, and then you can try and bring your legs up high and keep it as high as possible and hold that. Okay? So this is the Vasishthasana Dve. Here you're going to be doing the Pratyahara Kumbhaka Moola Bandha, gazing towards your third eye. Visualize yourself as sage Vashishta, radiating wisdom and unshakable clarity.
दो उपग तली जोड़ी संपुट करे, हाथ दो उपगा बिच आने तले, करी बारे लगाई कहून या माहिली संधि राखे.
Slowly relax now. Similar asana, the next is Shivalingasana, where you're going to be bringing both your hands to cup over the toes. So now instead of doing the Namaskara Mudra on top of your toes, you're going to be using your hands to clasp your toes and come back up into the same seated position. So just see, for all these asanas, especially since they're advanced, do them as comfortable as you're able to do, but push yourself. Do not remain okay with not being able to do it. You can do it. Anyone can do it. You just need to keep working on your body. Okay? So now you're going to, like how you can see Masada Shupriya doing, how she's clasping onto her toes, you're going to be doing that and trying to bring it up towards your head as much as possible. In the Shivalingasana, continue to do the Pratyahara Kumbhaka and the Moola Bandha as you gaze towards your nose. Visualize yourself as the sacred Shivalinga, the eternal symbol of Paramashiva's formless essence in Shivalingasana.
दो उपावशीष परियाने पुनि एक जुगति और था हाठाने, दो उपग के अंगुष्ठ जो तिन परि मीठे करी की दो.
And from here now moving on to our next asana. So now we're going to actually enter into the more advanced levels where you're bringing your feet to rest behind your head. So in this asana, in these set of asanas, what you're going to try and do is, you're going to be attempting to bring both your feet to come behind your head. So you can see here how I'm going to be doing it. You're going to try and bring your feet behind your neck completely and crossing them there. So that is how this next sequence of asanas are going to be. Now what you can do is, first level is bringing them up to your ears. So what you can do is, you can use your hands and hold them at the ear level, and from there you can try to go deeper and deeper. See, some people find it easier to bring the foot from above the head. Some people find it easier to bring the foot from next to the ears. So try both ways and see which works best for you. Here, continue to do the Pratyahara Kumbhaka and Moola Bandha, gazing towards your nose. Visualize yourself as an owl perched silently on a branch, eyes piercing the night with clear perception. Keep your hands grounded in front of you for support in Kakarupa Skandhasana.
अथ वक्षे काकरूप स्कन्धासनम् उत्तमं, कलिपापात् प्रमुच्येत वायवीं वशमानयेत्.
Remaining in the same position as we move into our next asana, which is the Aranya Chatakasana. You're remaining exactly same, just switching the gaze from the nose to the third eye. Visualize yourself as a bird in a forest, agile and free, navigating through branches with grace in Aranya Chatakasana.
एकेन पादेन भूमिम् अवष्टम्भ, अन्यपादतलेन उरु अवष्टम्भ्य तिष्ठेत्, अष्ट इति पुनः पुनः कर्तव्यम्, अर्धचन्द्रं भवति.
Coming now into Chitrakasana. So this asana is going to be little more advanced, where you're going to be bringing your balance into play. So you're going to be bringing with your legs behind your head, you're going to be bringing one hand to the opposite chest. So you can bring your left hand to your right chest and extending your right hand straight above you. So just try to gain your balance here. If you need, you go back towards the wall for support as you visualize your raised hand painting your reality. Whatever you want, manifesting, doing the Shambhavi Mudra, Pratyahara Kumbhaka and Moola Bandha. You're going to be gazing towards your nose in Chitrakasana.
प्रथम भगतली संपुट करे पुनः जुगति ऐसी विस्तरे डाई कहूनी महिली संघता परि दो एडी बंध.
And now we're going to be moving into Chitrakasana Parshvantare, doing the same thing on the other side. So you can try to just now switch your hands around, bringing the right hand to the left chest while the left hand extends above towards the sky. Continue to attempt to bring your legs behind your head into the Chitrakasana. Visualize your raised hand painting your reality as you continue to do the Shambhavi Mudra, Pratyahara Kumbhaka and Moola Bandha, gazing towards your nose.
प्रथम भगतली संपुट करे पुनः जुगति ऐसी विस्तरे डाई कहूनी माहिली संगी तापरि दो एडी बंध.
Slowly relax. The next asana is the Phanindrasana. So here again both your feet come to rest behind your neck. Just a few more asanas here. Keep both your feet behind your head to ground your palms into the ground firmly. And you can keep your feet behind you as you visualize the king cobra, yourself as the king cobra around Paramashiva's neck. Doing the Shambhavi Mudra, Pratyahara Kumbhaka and Moola Bandha. Gaze towards your third eye in Phanindrasana.
पादाभ्यां वेष्टयेत् कंठं कर्यो संसित उन्मुखं फणीन्द्रं सर्वदोषघ्न भूयात् सुखदं सदा.
From here, coming into Pashni Mudrasana, you're going to remain in the exact same position. Just the visualization is going to be changing into that of a noose of integrity bound around you, keeping your thoughts aligned to your purpose in Pashni Mudrasana. As you gaze towards your third eye.
कंठपृष्ठे क्षिपेत् पादौ पाशवत् दृढबन्धनं सा एव पाशिनी मुद्रा शक्ति प्रबोधकारिणी.
And slowly relax your feet as we come into the Bharadvajasana. So similar how we did next is the Machandrasana Dve. Before that, where you're going to be placing, so it's going to be a nice counter position for the intense leg stretch we got. Bring one foot towards the opposite thigh while the other leg comes onto the opposite knee. So it's similar to Padmasana, but you're going to be observing here how one foot will come onto the thigh while the other foot comes onto the knee. And you'll bring your hands towards your respective feet and you can lower your head down towards the ground to get a deep stretch into your spine. Here you're going to be visualizing yourself as Matsyendra, Lord Matsyendra, but deeper, embodying unfathomable depth in the turning inward as you do the Ujjayi Kumbhaka. Inhale, making the sound of the ocean by slightly contracting the throat. Moola Bandha, doing the japa Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham in Matsyendrasana.
मत्स्येन्द्रासन प्रथमसी मनो चरण जुजोई वाम जंघ परिराखे सोई ताकि एड़ी कटि सोलावे बहुरिजु यह और करावे.
The next asana now is the Dvipada Shirshasana. So this is going to be slightly different. In this asana, you're not going to be crossing your feet behind your head. You're just going to be placing them facing each other. You're going to be placing your feet behind your neck, facing each other. Just the feet can touch and you can attempt to bring it behind your head as much as you can. Continuing to do the Shambhavi Mudra, Pratyahara Kumbhaka and doing the Namaskara Mudra, bringing your hands in front of your heart center here. Visualize yourself as a living conduit of cosmic energy. Feet resting above the head, hands grounding the earth in Dvipada Shirshasana.
पेसीने बन्ने पग माथा ऊपर लावी डाकिना पाचल्या भाग पर ढापवा.
And from here moving into our next asana, which is the Bharatari asana. So in Bharatari asana, you're going to just bring your hands to hold on to your feet and bring them on top of your head this time. So again, now we're not going behind the neck, just on top of the head, doing the Shambhavi Mudra, Pratyahara Kumbhaka and Mula Bandha. Visualize the Shakti of Mahima flowing through you, making your body heavy yet rooted, stable and immovable. As you gaze to your nose in Bharatari asana.
अथ भरतरासन आसन गोपी चंद कहियो जैसे याहू को कीजे पुनीते से.
The next asana is Masakasana. So now you can come. The next is Devasana. So before we enter into Masakasana, we have the Devasana, where you're going to be laying onto your back. And from here, you can use your hands on your feet to bring your feet above your head as high as possible. So you can use your hands to hold them together. And you're bringing your feet as high up above your head as possible. So here what you can try and do is also, if you're not able to fully bring it up, you can try to lift your hips up slightly higher and bring your feet above your head. And hold it there with both your hands. Both your hands continue to clasp onto your feet. As you lay on your back, you're going to be visualizing all the gods and goddesses' blessings, showering you with their blessings, doing the Pratyahara Kumbhaka and Mula Bandha. Gaze to your third eye in Devasana.
अथ देवासन प्रथमे सुधौ सोवे सोई करे काकसी कर गही दोई.
Coming into Mrittika Bhanjikasana, very similar position. Continue to lay on your back. You're just going to be bringing your feet beside your ears as much as you can. Doing the Shambhavi Mudra, Pratyahara Kumbhaka and Mula Bandha. Visualize yourself as a small yet mighty plant breaking through the dirt, emerging into vibrant reality, gazing towards your nose in Mrittika Bhanjikasana.
प्रथम से न सुधो हो ये ठाने पग ऊंचाय आगाने आने बहुर पग थली को यो राखे कोरवारी लिया विधि दाखे.
And now we come into Masakasana, our final asana of sequence with the feet behind the head. So you can get a bit of relief after this, where you're going to lay onto your back and again crossing both your feet behind your head as much as possible here, bringing your hands around your hips if you can, doing the Shambhavi Mudra, Pratyahara Kumbhaka and Mula Bandha. Gaze to your nose, visualizing an abundance of gold cascading over you, filling your being with prosperity, divine wealth and auspicious energy in Masakasana.
प्रथमे सुधो से न करे वाम पाद कांध परिधरे तापरि दक्षिण पग को आने दो हस्त ऐसे विधि ठाने.
And slowly relax. Take a moment to stretch your spine out. Before we continue into the further asanas, you can rest your feet onto the ground, stretching out your hips and spine. As we move into the next asana, Purvatanasana. So now you're going to place your palms flat onto the ground beside your hips, and you're going to push your entire body off the ground, coming flat and lifting your body off the ground, stretching your legs forward. So you can first bring your palms flat onto the ground and lift your upper body off the ground. Straightening your arms completely, palms flat onto the ground as you lift your upper body off the ground and stretch your legs forward. And you can fully push yourself into a reverse plank position as you continue to do the Sahaja Kumbhaka, where you're going to inhale deeply through the nose, hold the breath and then exhale. Doing the Mula Bandha, gazing towards your nose, visualize the eastern side of your body stretching and opening, awakening the subtle energies associated with the rising sun and beginnings in Purvatanasana.
पूर्वतानं च दुष्पादपीठं वज्रासनं तथा चकोरक्रोञ्च शलभ भुजङ्गानपि वृश्चिकम्.
And the next asana is Urdhva Konasana. Lay onto your back, lifting your feet up high as you raise your legs up towards the sky and separate your feet apart. You're going to be lifting your hips off the ground, using your hands to support your back. And extend your feet high towards the sky, crossing one foot forward while the other foot crosses behind. As you do the Urdhva Konasana, doing the Shambhavi Mudra, Mula Bandha, visualize yourself lifting into the upward angle pose, reaching skyward with focus and strength. So what you're going to be doing here is, once you're high up, you're going to be keeping one leg backward while one leg comes forward. And you're going to be balancing here in Urdhva Konasana.
सप्तचक्रक्षालनाय वृक्षासनविशेषकान् जननेन्द्रियदार्ढ्याय कोणभेदान् समभ्यसेत्.
Slowly drop your feet towards the ground as you move into Uttana Padasana Dve. So here you're going to lay onto your back and you're going to be extending your legs out to a 45-degree angle and your hands as well, bringing the top of your head onto the ground, arcing your spine. Bringing the top of your head onto the ground as you arc your spine. As you do the Sahaja Kumbhaka Mula Bandha, visualize your extended foot reaching fully, elongating muscles, nerves and subtle channels in Uttana Padasana Dve.
सप्तचक्रक्षालनाय वृक्षासनविशेषकान् जननेन्द्रियदार्ढ्याय कोणभेदान् समभ्यसेत्.
From here, moving into the Setu Bandhasana. So you're going to come with your shifting your weight entirely onto your shoulders and legs. You're going to lift your hips off the ground and cross your arms in front of your chest to reach to the opposite elbows. Place your feet flat onto the ground, extended, as you lift your hips alone off the ground and hold here, bringing your hands on top of the chest. As much as you can extend your feet, doing the Sahaja Kumbhaka Mula Bandha. Visualize yourself forming a bridge, lifting your chest and heart skyward in Setu Bandhasana.
वासिष्ठमतकौण्डिन्यम् ऊर्ध्वकुक्कुटमेव च अष्टावक्रमथोत्थानमयूरं सेतुबन्धनम्.
From here, moving into our next asana, which is the Chakrasana Trini. So this is going to be a deep back bend position. From the laying down position, you can place your hands onto the ground above your head and place your feet flat onto the ground to push yourself off the ground to come to a deep back bend position. Coming here, doing the Shambhavi Mudra, Sahaja Kumbhaka and Mula Bandha. Visualize your body and arcing into wheel pose as energy radiates through the spine in Chakrasana Trini.
बेहातनी आंगलियों ओथी बेपगना आंगली पकड़े ने सवम ते चक्रासनम कहेवा यचे.
Now we're going to come into the Petaputi asana. So it's just a little more advanced variation of this asana where you're going to try and walk your hands towards your feet as much as possible as you remain in the deep arc back bend, doing the Shambhavi Mudra, Sahaja Kumbhaka and Mula Bandha. Visualize the knot binding prana and apana, dissolving, releasing subtle tensions within.
आसन को गुण पाना पान की घांटी छुटे जलंधर बंध लागे.
The next asana is Vichitra Karani. So a counter pose for the deep back bend we just got. You're going to be bringing your feet over your head. And you're going to be holding on to your feet above your head, lifting your hips off the ground. You're going to bring your feet towards the ground above your head as you lay down here, doing the Shambhavi Mudra, Sahaja Kumbhaka and Mula Bandha. Visualize yourself performing wondrous action, each movement infused with intention, precision and divine resonance. As you gaze towards your nose, bring your feet to the ground above your head and hold on to your feet in the Vichitra Karani.
अथ विचित्रकरणी नमासनं शयितपश्चमतानस्थे हस्तौ तत्र प्रसारयेत् पादौ दण्डसमौ कृत्वा विचित्रकरणी भवेत्.
Slowly relax as we come into Pashasana Dve. So lay flat onto your back as you bring your feet completely flat forward into a complete lying down position. Bringing your hands over your thighs. Stretch your legs out flat onto the ground. Bringing your elbows over your thighs as you bring one foot up towards your one hand comes up towards your nose, and you're going to lift your chest up as well, lifting your upper back off the ground as you do this movement, bringing one hand up and alternating. Doing the Shambhavi Mudra, Sahaja Kumbhaka Mula Bandha. Visualize yourself as a hatchet being thrown, cutting through obstacles with precision and force in Parashvasana.
पादतले भूमौ निधाय जानुनि उरसि निधाय विपरीतहस्ताभ्याम् उरुसहितजङ्घे निबध्य तिष्ठेत् पशासनं भवति.
From here, moving into our next asana, Dakshinasana. You're going to lay onto the right side of your body as you bring your hand onto your right head onto your right. See,
शय्या अर्जुददक्षिणाङ्गेन मस्तके धोनिधाय स दक्षं हस्तं च वामं तु जङ्घपृष्ठे ततो जपेत्.
next, now you can come to a laying down position on your stomach with feet extended behind. Place your palms beside your hips and inhale, lifting both your chest and thighs and arms off the ground, doing the Shambhavi Mudra, Jiva Chalakumbhaka and Mula Bandha. Visualize yourself as a locust, resilient and adaptable, leaping and navigating terrain with precision in Shalabhasana Dve.
पूर्वतानं चतुष्पादपीठं वज्रासनं तथा चकोरक्रोञ्च शलभ भुजङ्गानपि वृश्चिकम्.
From here we are entering into the Bhekasana. So what you're going to do is you're going to bend your feet towards your hips as you use your hands, pushing your legs down the side of your hips as much as possible, doing the Shambhavi Mudra, Jiva Chalakumbhaka and Mula Bandha. Visualize yourself as a frog, alert and grounded, sensing subtle vibrations and responding with precise leaps in Bhekasana.
बकं भेकासनं चैव मकरं मत्स्यनामकं मत्स्येन्द्रं द्विविधं चात्र कुण्डलीबोधकारणम्.
The next asana is Bherundasana. So this is going to be a little advanced back stretch. We request all of you to do it carefully. Here you're going to be pushing one leg down towards your hip as you extend the other leg high, getting an asymmetrical back stretch, doing the Shambhavi Mudra, Jiva Chalakumbhaka and Mula Bandha. Visualize yourself as a hyena, vigilant, moving with calculated intent in Bherundasana.
शलभासनभेदाश्च नटभेरुण्डनामके गण्डभेरुण्डसहिते शीर्षदण्डासनं तथा.
Switching your legs around, let's repeat the Bherundasana on the other side. Continue to visualize yourself as a hyena, vigilant, moving with calculated intent.
शलभासनभेदाश्च नटभेरुण्डनामके गण्डभेरुण्डसहिते शीर्षदण्डासनं तथा.
Slowly come up to a seated position now on your knees as we come to Vajrasana Pancha. You're going to be sitting on your knees and place your palms onto your knees, spine straight, doing the Shambhavi Mudra. Apakarshaka Kumbhaka, partially closing the nose and inhaling and exhaling. Do the Mula Bandha. Visualize yourself steadfast, grounded and indestructible as a lightning bolt in Vajrasana Pancha.
वज्रासन मुक्तासन को शासन नतीजे लहो दोहा करे जाग्रात्मा जितवनी गुरु थे.
From here, we're going to be moving into the Shulasana. So you can come back to lay onto your stomach, bringing your palm into your chin into your palms as you keep your feet bent up towards the sky. Keep your knees together as much as possible here, doing the Shambhavi Mudra, Jiva Chala Kumbhaka, Mula Bandha. Visualize yourself as a spear focused and unwavering, piercing through obstacles with clear intention in Shulasana.
कूटपराभ्याम अवनिम अवष्टभ्य हस्ततलाभ्याम हनुम अवष्टभ्य उत्तिष्ठेत् शूलासनं भवति.
So from here we're going to come into Makarasana Dve and remain in the same position. Just let your legs extend behind you as you lay them down. Keep your hands in the Padma Mudra with the little fingers and thumbs joined together as you do the Jiva Chala Kumbhaka Mula Bandha, gazing towards your nose. Visualize yourself as an alligator, patient and calculating, powerful beneath calm surfaces in Makarasana Dve.
उदासूये ने बन्ने हाथमाथानि बन्ने बनी थई आगल जायते मलाम्बा करवा.
So from here now, we're going to be moving into the next asana. Which is the Ganda Bherundasana. So in the Ganda Bherundasana is going to be a little bit of an advanced back stretch asana. So I'm going to be showing all of you how to do it and then you can all try. Please, we request everyone to do this very, very carefully and safely as it's an advanced asana where you are going to be stretching your back. Also, female bodies on your monthly cycle, you can refrain from doing this asana as it is inverted. So here what you're going to be doing is you're going to be laying onto your stomach with your palms beside your chest and you're going to be kicking your legs up and off the ground to come to touch onto your head. Okay, so we can do this now and I'll be showing you how to do it. If you have any necklaces or chains, ensure to remove them. If you have the Kantamala, ensure to move it towards the side so that it doesn't hurt your neck, as a lot of weight is going to be coming onto your neck. So this is how you're going to be doing this asana. You can take the support of a partner to hold your legs as you kick up and off the ground and bring your legs towards your head. Continuing to do the Shambhavi Mudra, the Jiva Chala Kumbhaka and Mula Bandha. Visualize yourself as the leader of a hyena pack, commanding respect and coordinating with intelligence in Ganda Bherundasana, gazing towards your nose.
शलभासन भेदाश्च नटभेरुण्ड नामके गण्डभेरुण्ड सहिते शीर्षदण्डासनं तथा.
Now coming to the next level of the asana, same position, you're just extending your hands beside your hips now as you try to kick your legs up and off the ground. So you can see here how you can take the support of a partner to help you as well. So you can lift your leg and they can hold it, and you bring your leg up, trying to go as high as possible. Do not strain your neck. Continuing to visualize yourself as the leader of a hyena pack in Gandhabherundasana. शलभासनभेदाश्च नटभेरुण्डनामके गण्डभेरुण्डसहिते शीर्षदण्डासनं तथा. Next asana, very similar position. You're continuing to lay on your stomach. This time, instead of aiming your feet to touch your head, you're aiming your feet to touch the ground in front of your face. So initial level, continue to do the same thing. See, another way of doing this is you can start to kick. So using your momentum. This is how we get into the asana ourselves, where you bring your hips up high and then you try to kick your leg up as much as you can, and then slowly, eventually the weight will shift forward and you'll be able to hold yourself up in the asana. Continue to do the Shambhavi Mudra, Pratyahara Kumbhaka, visualizing yourself as the leader of a hyena pack in the Gandhabherundasana.
शलभासन भेदाश्च नटभेरुण्ड नामके गण्डभेरुण्ड सहिते शीर्षदण्डासनं तथा.
One last asana is the Viparita Shalabhasana. Similar position, legs are completely straight as you kick your legs up and off the ground. You're going to be holding them completely straight here, doing the Shambhavi Mudra, Pratyahara Kumbhaka. Visualize yourself as a locust in Viparita Shalabhasana. शलभासनभेदाश्च नटभेरुण्डनामके गण्डभेरुण्डसहिते शीर्षदण्डासनं तथा. The next asana now. The next asana is Chaturanga Dandasana. So you can come now to a plank position, placing your palms flat onto the ground, keeping your feet behind you. You can come to a plank position now. And you can bend down and bring your elbows towards your body as you bring your body completely parallel towards the ground. And hold yourself as much as you can in this position, continuing to do the Pratyahara Kumbhaka and Mula Bandha. You're going to be visualizing yourself as a staff, completely straight in Chaturanga Dandasana.
विपरीतं मण्डलं च द्विधैव विदितं हिनः दण्डासनं द्विधा प्रोक्तं विपरीतोपवेशने.
So the next asana is going to be a counter stretch, which we're going to be coming into the Niranjana Karmasana. You can now come onto your knees and lean your head down towards the ground. Bring your hands over your ears to clasp them there and get a deep stretch for a few minutes as you just relax your spine from the deep back stretch we just got. Take a few deep breaths doing the Pratyahara Kumbhaka. Feel an entire withdrawal of senses. You are untouched by karma. You're just completely relaxed here. As you inhale and exhale, doing the japa, Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Allow it to repeat at your throat center. Here we're going to do the Jiva Chalakumbhaka, Uddiyana Bandha, sucking in your stomach. Do the visualization of yourself in stainless pose, untouched by karma, pure and free in Niranjana Karmasana.
अथ निरञ्जनकर्मासन बालको गर्भशय्यायां तिष्ठेत् सङ्कुचितो यथा तथा गर्भासने योगी निरञ्जनविधिं भजेत्.
The next is Danda Mayurasana. So now we're going to be getting a bit of our arm warm up, strengthening our core, our upper body. You can bring your palms flat onto the ground. A few important things to note here as we do this asana to ensure that you are successful is, first thing you're going to be doing is you're going to be bringing your palms flat onto the ground with the fingers pointed backwards. Bend your elbows such that they rest at the lower part of the navel. So if you put them in the upper navel, which is soft, you will not be able to balance there. So place them in the lower navel and you can slowly lift your feet off the ground and balance with your body completely in a straight line as much as possible over here. So this is the Danda Mayurasana. Continuing to do this asana, you're going to be visualizing yourself as a peacock. Feathers fully fanned, radiating beauty and divine presence as you do the Shambhavi Mudra, Jiva Chalakumbhaka and Uddiyana Bandha, continuing to japa Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham in Danda Mayurasana.
मयूरं दण्डवत् कुर्यान् मयूरं दण्डनामकं कुर्यान् मयूरं पार्श्वाभ्यां मयूरपार्श्वनामकम्.
The next is Pangu Mayurasana. So now you can bring your weight onto one hand while the other hand clasps the opposite wrist and balancing on your navel, lifting your legs off the ground. Just keep trying this, and as your arms strengthen throughout the yoga practice, you'll see how this asana happens to you. So here you're going to do the Shambhavi Mudra, Jiva Chalakumbhaka, Moola Bandha. Visualize yourself as a peacock, alert and vigilant, every movement precise in Pangu Mayurasana.
मयूरासनवत् स्थाप्य एकेन हस्तेन एकस्य हस्तस्य मणिबन्धं धारयेत् पङ्गमयूरं भवति.
Repeating this on the other side, just switch your hands around, bringing the other hand to the wrist as much as you can, balancing here, continuing to visualize yourself as a peacock in Pangu Mayurasana.
मयूरासनवत् संस्थाप्य एकेन हस्तेन एकस्य हस्तस्य मणिबन्धं धारयेत् पङ्गुमयूरं भवति.
The next asana is Jnanasana. So now you can finally settle down to a comfortable seated position. So from here now you're going to be bringing your left foot towards the root of the right thigh as the right foot comes outside of the right hip. So you can bring your legs to this position. As you bring your hands onto your knees, resting there comfortably, keep your spine tall, doing the Shambhavi Mudra, Samakumbhaka, Mahamudra Bandha. Clench your perineum, suck in your stomach, bring your chin towards the chest. Do the gaze towards your nose as you visualize the Hindu goddess of knowledge, Saraswati, flowing through your awareness in Jnanasana.
अथान्यदासनं कृत्वा सर्वव्याधिनिवारणं योगाभ्यासी भवेत् क्षिप्रं ज्ञानासनमप्रसादतः.
Next asana is Kubjikasana, the bent one pose. So now the foot that is on your thigh, you're just going to be pulling it up towards the respective armpit as much as you can, resting it there as you place your both hands onto that foot. Doing the Shambhavi Mudra, Sama Kumbhaka, without actually inhaling or exhaling, holding the prana in the navel center. Do the Moola Bandha, gazing to the third eye. Visualize Kubjika, coil and hidden, embodying the dynamic power of Kundalini energy in Kubjikasana.
अथ जठराग्नि संदीपन गुल्मप्रिहशूल हर कुब्जिकासनम.
The next is Bharadwajasana. Relax your foot on top of the opposite thigh now and bring your left hand from behind your right hand from behind your back to hold on to your right foot on the left thigh, and your left hand comes on to your right knee, twisting your body completely, doing the Shambhavi Mudra, Samakumbhaka and Mula Bandha. Gaze to your third eye, visualizing Lord Kartikeya, ruler of Mars, radiant, fierce and unwavering in purpose in Bharadwajasana.
उत्तानकूर्मपीठं च सिंहं गारुडमेव च वातायनं गोमुखं च भारद्वाजं त्रिविक्रमम्.
Now coming into Virasana Pancha. Keep your foot towards your navel. You're going to try and bring your leg towards your navel. You can sit on top of your left foot in this asana for the next few asanas. As you pull the right foot in towards your navel, you can place your hands on your knees, doing the Shambhavi Mudra, Samakumbhaka and Mula Bandha. Gaze to your nose, visualize yourself in the state and space of bravery, fearless and steadfast in Virasana Pancha.
एकं पादम् अथैकस्मिन् विन्यसेत् अरुसंस्थितम् इतरस्मिन् तथा पश्चात् वीरासनमिति ऋतम्.
Now coming into Bhairuvasana Dve, same position, interlacing your hands in the Parashamudra. You can keep your hands above your head, extending your hands tall. As you do the Samakumbhaka Mula Bandha, gaze to your nose. Feel courage igniting through every fiber of your being, steady and unwavering in Bhairuvasana Dve.
मूलद्वारटिकि बेसिक धरयि वामपादगुद ओधो करये एडि अग्रगुदातरि धरे ऊर्ध्वचिट्टि अंगुष्ठतरि करे.
Slowly relax. Next is Baddha Matsyendrasana. Same position. Now you're going to be bringing the foot that is underneath your hips to come flat onto the ground. As you twist your body towards the raised knee and bring your hand from underneath the gap of your thighs and try to clasp it around your back. Doing the Shambhavi Mudra, Samakumbhaka Mula Bandha, gaze to your third eye. Embodying the great sage and yogi Matsyendranatha, founder of Hatha Yoga in Pasha Matsyendrasana, in Baddha Matsyendrasana.
मत्स्येन्द्रपीठं जठरप्रदीप्तिं प्रचण्डरुग्मण्डलखण्डनास्त्रम् अभ्यासतः कुण्डलिनी प्रबोधं दण्डस्थिरत्वं च ददाति पुंसाम्. The next is the Jnanasana, Parshvantari repeated. Sit on the ground, draw your left foot firmly into the root of your right thigh, extend your right leg back along the floor at the hip's outer edge. Sit tall with your spine erect and chest wide, palms resting lightly on your knees. Let your gaze soften toward your nose tip. Shambhavi Mudra, Samakumbhaka, Mahamudra Bandha. Visualization. Embody the wisdom, clarity and creative intelligence of Saraswati. Feel your mind opening like a lotus, calm yet alert, receptive to the truth. Let creativity, discernment and clarity flow through every thought and action. Jnanasana. अथान्यदासनं कृत्वा सर्वव्याधिनिवारणं योगाभ्यासी भवेत् क्षिप्रं ज्ञानासनमप्रसादतः. The next is the Kubjikasana, Parshvantare, repeated, where you bring your opposite foot under your armpit. Shambhavi Mudra, Samakumbhaka, Mula Bandha. Gaze at your third eye. Visualization is becoming bravery itself. Feel a deep, calm courage arising in your chest, steady and unshakable. Let fear dissolve as clarity, determination and inner strength take its place. Move and breathe with confidence, fully present and unrestrained by hesitation. Kubjikasana, atha jataragnis, sandipana gulma मलि हलोष कुब्जिकासनं किंजित्तिर्यक् सक्तिम् आसाध्य जानम् ऊर्ध्वं धृत्वा. The next is the Bharadwajasana, Parshvantare, which is a repeat posture on the opposite side. Mula Bandha, Samakumbhaka, Shambhavi Mudra. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham mantra circulating in your throat and gaze at your third eye. Visualize, embody the energy of Lord Kartikeya. Feel courage, strategic awareness, and decisive action arise within you. Your inner fire ignites focus, clarity, and leadership. भारद्वाजासन उत्थानकूर्मपीठं च सिंहं गारुडमेव च वातायनं गोमुखं च भारद्वाजं त्रिविक्रमम्. The next is the Virasana Pancha, the hero pose 5. Sit on the floor with your knees bent and folded beneath you. Place your right foot back so that the heel rests beside your hip, toes pointing behind. Bring your left foot to rest on the top of your opposite thigh with the sole facing upward near the abdomen. Keep your hands resting gently on your knees, spine tall, chest lifted, and gaze soft towards your nose. Shambhavi Mudra, keeping the eyes open. Samakumbhaka, Moola Bandha. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Visualize becoming bravery itself. Feel a deep, calm courage arising in your chest, steady and unshakable. Ekam padamathaiकस्मिन् विन्यसेत् उरु संस्थितम् इतरस्मिन् तथा पञ्चात् वीरासनमिति iritam. The next is the Bhairu-asana Dve, Parshvantare, the fierce pose 2, repeated on the other side, where you extend both your arms right above your head and interlace your fingers. Parashumudra, Moola Bandha, gazing at your nose. Embody leadership, strength and alertness. मूलद्वार टिकी बेसक धरई वामपाद गुद औंधो करिये एडी अग्र गुदा तरी धरे ऊर्ध्व चिट्टी अंगुष्ठ तरी करे. The next is the Baddha Matsyendrasana Parshvantare, the bound lord of fishes pose, repeated on the other side. Shambhavi Mudra, Samakumbhaka, Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham, mantra circulating in your throat. Visualize yourself seated with openness and grounded stability. Matsyendrapeetham Jatara Pradiptim Prachandarugmandala Khandanastram Abhyasatak Kundalini Prabodham Dandasthiratvam Jatadati Pumsam.
Here we're moving into the Baddha Konasana. So now you can come to a comfortable seated position, keeping your feet together in front of your perineum, and you can hold your toes with your hands in the Parashumudra, interlacing the fingers. Keep your spine tall. Try to bring your feet as close towards your body as possible, pushing the knees towards the ground. As you do the Samakumbhaka, Moola Bandha, gaze to your nose. Visualize yourself in the bound angle pose, seated with openness and grounded stability in Baddha Konasana.
Pasham Brahmam Tata Siddham Swastikam Vamanasanam Baddhakonam Bhadrapeetam Moolabandha Tathaivacha.
Now we're going to be moving into Bhadrasana Chatwari. So now you can continue to be seated in the same position, interlacing your fingers. So you're no longer in the Parashumudra. You're just holding on to your toes. As you do the Shambhavi Mudra, Samakumbhaka and Moola Bandha, visualize radiating serenity and divine alignment, every cell harmonizing with inner and outer awareness as you gaze towards your nose in the Baddha Konasana. In the Bhadrasana Chatwari.
वृषणि नीचे सीवनी ना डाबा भागमा डाबा पगनी एडी पगने उलटा वीने राखवी.
Coming into Yonyasana, the womb forming pose. Now turn your feet inward to sit on top of your feet while the soles come forward as much as you can. You're going to be sitting here onto your soles of your feet as you keep your toes pointed backwards. Placing your hands on your knees, doing the Shambhavi Mudra, Samakumbhaka, Moola Bandha. Gaze to your third eye, visualize curling inward into the womb forming pose, sinking deeply into sacred stillness in Yonyasana.
पादौ समील्य पादाग्रे अधरे पार्ष्णि लिंगात् अधः आनीय पादतलयो संशयेत् योन्यासनं भवति.
Gazing now, switching your gaze towards your Nose, you're going to bring your hands onto your feet from in front of you. You're going to be holding on to the soles of your feet in the same position, doing the Shambhavi Mudra, Samakumbhaka, Mahamudra Bandha, clench your perineum, suck in your stomach, bring your chin towards the chest, embodying the power of sage Ghoraksha, gaze sharp and penetrating, feel awareness cutting through illusion in Ghoraksha Sana Bhadrasana.
वृषणी नीचे सीवनी ना डाबा भांगमा डाबा पगनी एडी पगने उलटावीने राखवी.
And finally, relax your feet behind you as we come into Kamadahanasana. So you can bring your hands from behind your back to hold on to the opposite soles, doing the Shambhavi Mudra, Samakumbhaka and Mula Bandha. Gaze to your third eye, embodying the energy of desire burner pose, feeling an inner fire awakening and consuming all direct distraction in Kamadahanasana. Gaze to your third eye.
भद्रासनं सुखं स्थाप्य विपरीते तु द्वेपदे अनेन यदि कुर्यात् तत् कामदहनं भवेत्.
Next is Supta Baddha Konasana. So now you can bring your feet in front of you and you can bring your elbows around your feet, pulling your hands around your neck as you bring your feet up towards your navel. So you're going to use the support of your elbows to hold your feet as you bring your hands around your neck. Doing the Samakumbhaka Mula Bandha, gazing to your nose, embody the openness and support of supine bound angle pose, letting your body fully release and your mind rest in calm receptivity in Supta Baddha Konasana.
पाशं ब्राह्मं तथा सिद्धं स्वास्तिकं वामनासनं बद्धकोणासनं भद्रपीठं मूलबन्ध तथैव च.
The next, we're moving into Bhekasana Dve, remaining in the same position. You're just gazing towards your third eye and visualizing yourself grounded and alert, coiled with energy and ready to spring in Bhekasana Dve.
ध्यायेधिच्चित्पदं भ्रान्तं आसनस्थ सुखाय च यदि सर्वाङ्गमुत्तोल्य गगने खेचरासनम्.
Slowly relax now as we come into Bhagasana Dve. So you're continuing to try and keep your feet towards your navel as you bring your hands onto your knees, keeping your spine straight. As you do the Shambhavi Mudra, Samakumbhaka and Mula Bandha, you can try to lift your feet off the ground to come towards your navel. Gaze towards your nose, feel yourself radiating sacred presence and inner alignment, fully grounded and centered in this asana.
पग उल्टा मोड़ी बैसे पगा का माहिला गुल्फकुला पाशता लगावे.
Next asana, Siddhi Jivi Asana. Now keeping your soles of your feet flat onto the ground, you're only pushing the toes up towards the upward, facing upward. So your heels remain on the ground, just your feet point upward as much as possible, bringing your hands to your knees. Do the Shambhavi Mudra, Samakumbhaka, suck your stomach in and up into the Uddiyana Bandha. Gazing towards your nose, visualize yourself as living the life of a perfected yogi, body, mind and spirit aligned in Siddhi Jivi Asana.
पगा को सोजो जाई.
The next asana is Pani Patrasana. So in this asana now, you're going to be bringing your hands on top of your feet in the Namaskara Mudra as you pull your feet in towards your navel center. So use your hands to support your feet as you hold here, doing the Samakumbhaka Mula Bandha, visualizing yourself as a source of water, flowing freely and nourishing all life in Pani Patrasana.
नाभौ संस्थाप्य गुल्फौ च तन्मध्ये करपात्रताम्. शनैर्यत्नेन कुर्वीत पाणिपात्रं तदुच्यते.
The next asana is Saptarishi Asana, a little bit advanced position now. Here you're going to be bringing your feet to come behind your armpits. So I'm going to be showing you how to do this asana once as we get into it deeper. You're going to be bringing your foot to come in towards the armpit. So as you can see here, one foot will come first here in behind your arm. Initial level, you can just place it behind your elbow, and as you get more advanced, you can place it completely into the armpit and bring the other leg behind the arm as well. So once both your legs are there behind your arms, you can bring your hands on top of your head. So you're balancing with both your feet there behind your arms. And bringing your hands towards your head in the Sapta Rishi Asana. So keep trying to do this, where you'll get a very deep stretch for your inner thighs in this asana. Doing the Shambhavi Mudra, Samakumbhaka and Mula Bandha, gaze to your nose. Visualize yourself as one of the 7 Saptarishis, wise and eternal, in Saptarishi Asana.
द्वौ पग के पग थले तिनके लांकजू सोय दो कांकनी में धरे दासा दृष्टि समोय.
Coming next into the Shuktyasana, which is the shell pose, where you're going to be getting an advanced ankle stretch. You're going to try and bring your feet up to your navel as you turn your legs around to bring the backs of your feet together and the knees together in front of you. Very advanced asana, do it very carefully to not hurt your ankles. Initial level, you can just use your hands to try and pull your feet towards your navel center. Doing the Samakumbhaka Mula Bandha, visualize yourself as a pearl born from the womb of an oyster in Shukyasana.
पार्शिनाभौ संस्थाप्य जङ्घाबहि प्रदेशेन सम्मीलयेत् शुक्ष्यासनं भवति.
Now coming into Sthitarasana. So in this asana, now what you're going to be doing is, you're going to be coming to a cross-legged position. Where you're going to be bringing your right foot underneath the left toes and the left beneath the right toes. So both feet are placed on top of each other. As you bring your hands into the Parashumudra, interlacing your fingers in front of your navel, keep your spine tall, doing the Samakumbhaka Mula Bandha, gaze to your third eye. Visualize being in the space of oneness with the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, dissolving all boundaries in Sthitarasana.
जमनुम पगने फने डाबा पगनी आंगली नीचे राखीने.
From here, moving into Abhujasana, the disease destroying pose. Remain with your legs now coming into Padmasana position. Both feet come to the opposite thighs. Hands rest on the knees, spine tall. Do the Shambhavi Mudra, Samakumbhaka, Sakya Samak in and up in the Uddiyana Bandha. Gaze to your third eye. Visualize yourself born of water, like a lotus emerging from mud in Ambujasana.
अपानम् उत्थाप्य शनैः स्वशक्तिं प्राणं समाकृष्य च कुम्भकं चरेत्.
The next is Kamalasana. Continue to remain in the same position, feet in Padmasana, spine tall, hands resting on your knees as you do the Shambhavi Mudra, Kakachancha Kumbhaka. Here you're going to be now bringing your tongue out, curling it into a tube-like shape, inhaling through your tongue, holding the breath as long as possible and then exhaling through the nose. Suck your stomach in and up in the Uddiyana Bandha, gazing to your third eye. Visualize yourself as a fully blossomed lotus, radiant and pure, embodying Kamala, the divine essence of Goddess Lakshmi in Kamalasana.
तत्र कौलासनं कृत्वा अथवा कमलासनं महाविद्यां महामन्त्रं जप्त्वा लिङ्गम् अवाप्नुयात्.
Coming into Uttamangasana, the supreme limb pose. Now from the seated position, you're going to be extending your hands down straight onto the ground, remaining in Padmasana. Extend your spine completely, doing the Shambhavi Mudra, Kakachancha Kumbhaka and Mula Bandha. Gaze to your nose. Visualize yourself as rare and powerful, your head grounded, body aligned and inward. Awareness inverted, cooling every part of your being in Uttamangasana.
स्थित्वैतदासने मन्त्री अधशीर्ष करोति चेत् उत्तमाङ्गासनं ज्ञेयं योगिनाम् अतिदुर्लभम्.
Coming into Padmasana Pancha, sit up tall. The next few asanas towards the end of the sequence, as we're getting there, we're going to be remaining in the Padmasana position. So I request all of you, as much as possible, stay there. If at all you need to take a break in between, please feel free to do so. Relax your legs for a moment before you get back into the Padmasana position. Now in Padmasana Pancha, you're going to bring your palms on top of your head as you allow your gaze to turn towards your right side, gazing towards the right armpit, doing the Shambhavi Mudra, Kakachancha Kumbhaka, suck your stomach in and up in the Uddiyana Bandha. Visualize Lord Shiva blessing you, enveloping you, being in profound peace, clarity and stillness in Padmasana Pancha.
उपविश्यासने सम्यक् बाहु कृत्वा धकुञ्चितौ स्वक्षयोम्नि मनः कुर्वन् समम् आयाति तल्लयात्.
The next is Kulyasana, the stream pose. Slight difference in the hand position. You're bringing your one hand in front of the forehead while the left hand comes behind the back of your neck. Doing the Shambhavi Mudra, Kakachancha Kumbhaka and Mula Bandha. Gaze to your third eye, visualizing a river of Shakti, conscious energy streaming into you through the Sahasrara Chakra, through your crown center in the Kulyasana.
अथ कुल्यासनं वक्षे यत्कृत्वा कौलिको भवेत् एकहस्तं मस्तकस्थो अथ शीर्षे अभिन्नगेकरम्.
Next is Divyasana, divine pose. Bring your right hand in front of your stomach and use your left hand to hold on to the right elbow as you lean your head forward and down to the ground, getting a deep stretch in the spine. Doing the Shambhavi Mudra, Kakachancha Kumbhaka Mula Bandha. Gaze to your nose, visualizing all celestial gods and goddesses showering their blessings upon you in Divyasana.
अथ दिव्यासनं वक्षे पृष्ठं हस्तेन बन्धयेत् एकहस्तम् अध्यदेशं भूमिहस्तं च नासया.
Come back up to a seated position, repeating these three asanas on the other side. We start with Padmasana Pancha, hands on your head, gazing towards your left armpit this time. Doing the Shambhavi Mudra, Kakachancha Kumbhaka, suck your stomach in and up in the Uddiyana Bandha, clenching the perineum in the Mula Bandha. Visualize Lord Shiva blessing you, enveloping you, being in profound peace, clarity and stillness.
उपविश्यासने सम्यक् बाहु कृत्वार्ध कुञ्चितौ स्वक्ष्योम्नि मनः कुर्वन् समम् आयाति तल्लयात्.
The next asana is Kulyasana, Parshvantare. Bring your left hand in front of your forehead, right hand behind the neck. As you do the Shambhavi Mudra, Kakachancha Kumbhaka and Mula Bandha, gaze to your third eye, visualizing a river of Shakti, conscious energy streaming into you through the Sahasrara Chakra in Kulyasana Parshvantare.
अथ कुल्यासनं वक्षे यत्कृत्वा कौलिको भवेत् एकहस्तं मस्तकस्थो अधशीर्षे अभिन्नगेकरम्.
The next is Divyasana Parshvantare, bringing your left hand towards your navel center. Right hand comes to hold on to the left elbow and leaning your head forward and down, doing the Shambhavi Mudra, Kakachancha Kumbhaka Mula Bandha, gaze to your nose. Visualize all celestial gods and goddesses showering their blessings upon you in Divyasana Parshvantare.
अथ दिव्यासनं वक्षे पृष्ठं हस्तेन बन्धयेत् एकहस्तं मध्यदेशं भूमिहस्तं च नासया.
Coming up to a seated position as we come into Pavanasana, wind pose. Let's all take a moment to relax our feet for a moment. Just you can relax your legs, stretching them out for a few minutes. You can massage your feet, move them out, stretch them a bit, and bring them back into the Padmasana position. Here, now you're going to keep your hands in the Parashamudra, interlacing the fingers in front of your navel center, keeping your spine tall as you do the Mula Bandha, gazing to your third eye. Visualize your body becoming completely purified, every cell filled with light, releasing impurities, karmic residues, and subtle blockages in Pavanasana.
अथान्यदासनं वक्षे साधकानां हिताय वै पवनास रूपो खेचरो योगिराट् भवेत्.
Next is Valgulyasana. Here you're going to be bringing your hands in towards the gap between your shins and thighs. Continuing to remain in the Padmasana position as you bring your hands to wrap around your neck. Shambhavi Mudra, Ujjayi Kumbhaka. Inhale, hold the breath and exhale. As you exhale, make the sound of an ocean. Doing the Jalandhara Bandha, tucking your chin in towards your chest, gaze to your nose. Visualize yourself as a bat in full flight, wings stretched wide on elongated fingers, light and agile in Valgulyasana.
अथ भूरिभुक्तस्य पाचनं सद्यो जराम शूलादौ बल्गुल्यासनम्.
Coming into the Parasharamasana Dve, remain in the same position. Hands around the neck, releasing the Jalandhara Bandha. You can make your head straight as you suck your stomach in and up in the Uddiyana Bandha. Continue to gaze to your nose, visualizing Lord Rama in your inner space, radiant and serene, embodying dharma, courage and unwavering devotion.
अथ परशुरामासनं प्रथमकरे पदमासना आचे सूधो सोवे भूपरिपाचे गोडा अरु जंघाये दो उ भूसौ लगता राखे सोई.
Next is Yogini Garbhasana. So now in the same position, what you're going to do is you're going to go onto your back, come back straight and go to the side, come back straight, go to the other side, come back straight in a dynamic movement. So you're remaining in the same position, you're just going back onto your back and coming back up as you keep going up and down like this, doing the Shambhavi Mudra, Kevala Kumbhaka Mula Bandha, gaze to your nose. When you do this asana, make sure you have no obstacles around you and you are completely safe. Visualize yourself nestled deeply like a fetus within the sacred cosmic womb, the Hiranyagarbha, the golden womb of Hinduism, symbolizing the source of all creation in Yogini Garbhasana.
योगिनी गर्भासने हित्वा षट्चक्रं गर्भम् आविशेत्.
Next asana, Simhasana Dve. Coming onto your knees, push your hips down to the ground, keeping your palms flat onto the ground. As you stick your tongue out, exhaling forcefully, doing the Shambhavi Mudra, Ujjayi, Kumbhaka and Mula Bandha. Embody the space and state of a lion, alert, powerful and courageous, gazing towards your third eye in Simhasana Dve.
अथ सिंहासनं गुल्फौ च वृषणस्याधः सीवन्या पार्श्वयोक्षिपेत् दक्षिणे सव्यगुल्फं तु दक्षगुल्फं तु सव्यके.
And now coming into the Urdhva Kukutasana, you're going to be lifting your back, your knees on the back of your arms as much as possible, balancing here, doing the Shambhavi Mudra, Ujjayi, Kumbhaka and Mula Bandha. Visualize yourself as a rooster, one leg slightly impaired yet vigilant in Urdhva Kukutasana.
ऊर्ध्वकुक्कुटवासिष्ठ मरीचिफलमस्तकं परिवृत्तिं चोदरस्य विविधं धनुरासनम्.
Coming into Padmasana Shat. Now you can cross your arms from behind your back, holding on to the opposite feet as you do the Prana Mudra, using your index and middle fingers to hold on to the big toes. Get a nice stretch with your legs here, doing the Ujjayi Kumbhaka, Jalandhara Bandha, tucking your chin in towards the chest. Visualize yourself as a lotus flower, rooted yet rising above the water, pure and radiant in Padmasana Shat.
अथ पद्मासनम् अवामोरूपरि दक्षिणं च चरणं संस्थाप्य वामं तथा दक्षोरूपरि पश्चिमेन विधिना धृत्वा कराभ्यां दृढम् अङ्गुष्ठो हृदये निधाय चिबुकं नासाग्रम् आलोकयेत्.
Slowly release your hands as we come into Padmasana Sapta. You're going to bring your hands around your neck to press onto the sides of your neck into a subtle energy channel known as the Vijnana Nadi that awakens intelligence. Doing the Ujjayi Kumbhaka Mula Bandha, gaze towards your nose, visualizing yourself as Paramashiva, transcending worldly society, detached and self-sustained. Padmasana Sapta.
पद्मासनस्थिता योगी जनसंगविवर्जित विज्ञानादि द्वितयम् अंगुलीभ्यां निरोधयेत्.
Coming into Urdhva Padmasana, the upward lotus pose, lay onto your back, lifting your knees up towards the sky, hands supporting the hips as you do the Shambhavi Mudra. Automatically chin come to the chest in the Jalandhara Bandha, where you breathe here is known as the Moksha Kumbhaka. Gaze to your nose, visualize yourself as an inverted lotus flower, suspended and balanced, roots upward, crown grounded in Urdhva Padmasana.
प्रथमार्ध पद्मासननी पेठे बेसे पची सुई माथम भूमि पर राखी केडने बन्ने हाथना आधारथी.
Allow your knees to come to the ground as we come into Parvatasana Dve. You're going to bring your palms above your head, join together as you do the Shambhavi Mudra, Sahaja Kumbhaka. You're going to do the Mahamudra Bandha, clenching your perineum, sucking in your stomach, bring your chin to the chest. You're going to lay flat in this asana with your palms above your head in the Namaskara Mudra. Doing the Nasagre Drishti, gazing to your nose, visualize yourself as a mountain deeply rooted and stable for thousands of years in Parvatasana Dve.
अथ वक्षे महादेव पर्वतासन मंगलम यत्कृत्वा स्थिररूपी स्यात् षट्चक्रादिविलोपनम्.
Now Matsyasana Pancha, bring your hands to your big toes. As you arc your spine to bring the top of your head onto the ground, hands hold onto the big toes in the Prana Mudra. Do the Kevala Kumbhaka, sucking in your stomach in the Uddiyana Bandha, gaze to your third eye. Visualize yourself as a graceful fish effortlessly gliding through clear, vibrant waters in Matsyasana Pancha.
Mukta Padmasanam Kritva Uttanam Shayanam Charet Utparabhyam Shiro Veshtya Matsyasanantu Rogahrit.
Now you can slowly come up to a seated position, to a standing position as we do the Shenahasana. So from here, you're going to be crossing one leg over the other to clasp behind the ankle, interlacing your legs as you do the same with your hands, bringing your one hand from below and the other hand from above, palms joined together into the Anjali Mudra, doing the Samavritti Kumbhaka Mula Bandha. Samavritti Kumbhaka is where you inhale through the nose and exhale, evenly sustaining a rhythmic breath without strain. Gaze to your nose, visualize yourself as the majestic hawk Shena in Shenasana.
Hastapadau Parasparam Badhnitva Dehamunnamya Chishtet Anyena Pakshena Tadvan Nideshaka Kumbhakam Sadhayet.
Coming into Agocharasana, you can sit down with one knee crossed over the other, both feet coming nearby the opposite hips as you place your hands on top of the upper knee. Doing the Shambhavi Mudra, Samavritti Kumbhaka and Mula Bandha, gaze to your nose. Visualize perception gradually falling silent and attention turning inward in Agocharasana.
Agocharasanam.
Now coming into Shenahasana Uttaranga, in the same seated position, you're going to be crossing one arm over the other. As you bring your palms together in the Anjali Mudra, do the Samavritti Kumbhaka and Mula Bandha, gaze to your nose. Visualize yourself as a majestic hawk Shena, feeling the sharp clarity of your vision, piercing far and wide with focused awareness in Shenahasana Uttaranga.
Kutitapadam Padangushtam Bhumau Nidhaya Bhujadhyena Veshtayitva Kayam Samuttapayet.
Let's now repeat the Agocharasana on the other side. Switch your legs around, bringing the left leg on top while the right leg goes below. Now bring your hands on top of your upper knee, doing the Shambhavi Mudra, Samavritti Kumbhaka Mula Bandha. Gaze to your nose, visualize perception gradually falling silent, attention turning inward.
Agocharasanam.
Coming into the Shenahasana Uttaranga, crossing your hands around in front of you into the Anjali Mudra, Samavritti Kumbhaka Mula Bandha, gaze to your nose. Visualize yourself as a majestic hawk Shena in Shenahasana Uttaranga.
Kutitapadam Padangushtam Bhumau Nidhaya Bhujadvayena Veshtayitva Kayam Samuttapayet.
And now come to a standing in the same position. You're going to be coming up to a standing position, crossing your arms around, crossing your legs as well. As you do the Anjali Mudra, Samavritti Kumbhaka Mula Bandha, gaze to your nose, visualizing yourself as the majestic hawk Shena, the sharp clarity of your vision piercing far and wide with focused awareness in Shenahasana.
Hastapadau Parasparam Badhnitva Dehamunnamya Tishtet Anyena Pakshena Tadvan Nidesha Kumbhakam Sadhayet.
With this, coming to our final asana, Shavasana Dve. Lay onto your back, keeping your feet relaxed, palms facing upwards. Do the Shakti Chalana Mudra with your intention. Rise the Kundalini through all limbs of the body. Do the Sahaja Kumbhaka, simple breathing in and out as you gaze to your nose, visualize your body as dead, lifeless, while the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, Bhagavan Shri Nithyananda Parashivam, liberates your soul in Shavasana Dve.
अथ चिद्विश्रान्तो शवासनम् उत्थानमूर्ध्वाशयनं विधाय प्रसार्य पादौ करसम्पुटं हृदि नासाग्रे आधाय दृशं स्मरन् शिवं पृष्ठोत्थिति यन्त्रशवासनं हि तत्.
Remain completely relaxed in this position. Breathe in and out slowly and steadily. Slowly start to move your hands and feet as you feel the life energy entering your body. Bring your knees to your chest, rocking up to a seated position. And sitting up. Congratulations to all of you for successfully completing today's Nithyananda Yoga sequence. You are done with 600 asanas. Please do join us tomorrow at the same time to get deeper into the sequence. Thank you all for joining. With this, let's offer gratitude at Swamiji's feet by ending with the Purna Mantra. Om
पूर्णमदः पूर्णमिदं पूर्णात् पूर्णमुदच्यते पूर्णस्य पूर्णमादाय पूर्णमेवावशिष्यते ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः हरिः ॐ तत्सत् सर्वं भगवत् श्रीनित्यानन्द परमशिवपादुकार्पणमस्तु ॐ Nithyanandam.
Thank you all, Nithyanandam. Let's all now bow down to Swamiji in deep gratitude. I also invite each and every one of you to join us for the Paramashiva Sena program, which is a 30-day free program, completely free of cost, that's happening specially, exclusively, where you can get amazing breakthroughs in your yoga as well, with personalized yoga guidance, not just on the ground but on the rope and pole as well, doing the deep completion processes and ultimately direct initiations from Swamiji. This program starts on the 1st of every month. We have it happening in multiple locations in Guinea-Bissau, in Tiruvannamalai, and in Adi Kailasa as well. So if you're interested, please post in the comment section below. Thank you for joining us. Nithyanandam.